Hello, everyone. Hello, Barbies and Kens. Welcome to the very last Barbieverse event, directed by the beautiful, amazing Aquino. My name is Josephine. You can find me at Scary Dog Friend, and I'm running a game I've never played before. Thank you for joining us for a Bluebeard's Bride Barbie story. As we have said at the beginning of lots of all of these one-shots, we want to take a moment to acknowledge WGA and SAG-AFTRA striking for better rates for the work that they do for the entertainment we consume and love today. In May, the WGA, an alliance of motion picture and television producers, failed to reach an agreement about stagnating wages, staffing, the potential rise of AI writing, and more. In July, SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP likewise failed to reach an agreement about renegotiated contracts that better suit the streaming model and protections against actors' digital likenesses being used without consent or compensation. As influencers, it is our responsibility to not take jobs promoting the works of any of the AMPTP streaming companies. No consumer boycotts have been made as of yet, but let us all do our due diligence and keep an eye out. Today's giveaway, our very last and very exciting giveaway, we will be giving away one set of chainmail jewelry by, once again, Void Cat Gaming. The entry keyword for that is bride. Please check out the chat for the commands. You'll need to check that out, like !giveaway. Content warnings for tonight involve thalassophobia, lack of bodily autonomy, themes of misogyny and sexism, unreality, surrealism, implied familial trauma, descriptions of eyes and scopophobia, a brief moment of body dysmorphia, and descriptions of disembodied limbs and dolls. It's Bluebeard's Bride. Buckle up. Take care of yourself first. I'm going to now have this beautiful cast of Barbies introduce themselves now. We'll start with Amihan.
Hi, my name is Amihan, and I use he, they pronouns. I'm gonna be playing Mermaid Barbie today. I'm very excited. This is my first Bluebeard's Bride game. I'm an artist performer. I do a lot of cool projects. But yeah, that's just the general vibes of what I'm going for today. Gonna be dropping a lot of shell puns, probably. Gonna pass it to Darby.
Hello, hi, my name is Darby. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm very excited to be here. Is that all I'm supposed to say?
Yep.
Yep, alright. Katie!
Hi everyone, I'm Katie. I use they, she pronouns. Bluebeard's Bride is like one of my favorite games to play and run, so I'm super excited to be here and doing Nightmare House. Werewolf.
Hello, my name is Werewolf BF. I use they, them pronouns. And this is like my third time playing. And I'm so excited because this is a really cool group.
Yes. That being the very last note, let's bring you into the world of the Nightmare House. To warn you properly, there will be a little of a trailer video for you. Let's get into that now. Little Janie Green is 6 years old. She has blonde hair and 2 tight pigtails she did not tie up herself. Janie Green received a Barbie for her birthday. Not just a doll called a Barbie as a sort of encompassing name for dolls, a true, real Barbie. As a sort of... rather, a true, real Barbie. In a pink plastic box, the Barbie sat untouched in the playroom, just for now. "We're gonna get the dream house soon, Barbie," Janie Green said to the box, pressing her eye flush against the plastic. "Oh, marvelous. A dream house to go along with the Barbie." But what would come to sit across from her after Janie Green's birthday was a dusty wooden relic of time. Not a dream house, a dollhouse from at least the 1910s. Janie Green had enlisted the help of her mother to clean, repaint, and dress up the insides. The only thing found left in the dollhouse was a short, blonde, and unclothed doll. Her mother threw her away, but Janie Green fished her out of the trash and kept her. Tucking her safely into a corner of the dollhouse that wasn't dressed up, it was the Barbie's turn. Starting with the doll's eyes. Just Barbie. Could you describe what your eyes look like, and where did these parts come from?
Well, just Barbie's eyes. Unlike most Barbies where they're painted on and made out of plastic, just Barbie's eyes are made out of glass. They are recycled glass that they have collected from scrap sites in an attempt to be more environmentally friendly and hip, using recycled glass to make eyes for dolls, but alas, too expensive, but sort of shiny and a little bit misshapen.
Mermaid Barbie. Could you describe the lips and the makeup? Where did these parts come from?
The lips of the mermaid Barbie is dramatic, very tropical. They have large, shimmering eyeshadow and lipstick, a gloss that's meant to look like the reflection of the sky onto the ocean. They have kind of a furrowed, almost uncanny expression painted onto them, but the corner of their lips seemed to pull into a smile. They were a hand-painted Barbie, made by a doll repainter, customized. There was an intention to make this doll into its own creation, but the doll repainter just decided they were done with this trial run. So the makeup has been like, what is left behind is a sort of like uncanny, unfinished canvas, so to speak.
Cowboy Barbie. Could you describe the figure? Where did these parts come from?
Instead of having a classic stick-thin, older mold that Barbie had, she's more generic and very obviously cheaply made, a little bit curvier than other Barbies on the market, and her joints, like her knees and arms, don't bend. Takes a lot of force, and you hear that sort of cracking sound every time you bend something about her.
And Werewolf Barbie. Could you describe the hands? Where did these parts come from?
Werewolf Barbie, also known as Flower Child Werewolf Barbie, was from a line of sort of like silly opposite Barbies, so like a peaceful werewolf and a suntan loving vampire. And the thing about werewolf Barbie's hands is the left one is always in a peace sign.
Incredible. Just for the audience to also be aware of, I've added a small extra mechanic where I may ask the players to flip a coin or roll a dice. Only at one point, they will be able to flip 2 coins or roll 2 dice for an advantage. The eyes made of glass open properly. Janie Green nowhere in sight. It is safe to be a doll, awakened, animated. And you find that there is a almost plastic walkway for you towards this dollhouse. Less dusty from when you last recalled it. As you walk in, there is surprisingly this spiral staircase where most of the house is perhaps still unfinished, made of cardboard, unpainted wood, and such. You can feel a pull, something that attracts you to different floors of this room. There are no rules, as of yet anyway. But you find a sort of collection of those adorable miniature little replicas of things, cereal boxes, little teacups and towels and brand name other sorts of things. Cowboy Barbie. What do you pick up out of the pile?
I think that she looks through the pile for not even that long until she finds something that really speaks to her. And it's a...
Can you speak a little closer, by the way?
Oh, I am so sorry.
You're so good.
I think it's a rocking horse. It's old and definitely needs like a good paint job, some varnish. One of the springs is broken, like that, so it doesn't actually rock like it's supposed to. But it reminds her of horse.
Why does it remind you of a horse?
Because it shares the same coat colors as my horse Dancer. Something that I miss desperately.
As all of you sort of get your bearings, you are a new Barbie, after all. Maybe. What is sort of the first conversation that starts as your body begins to be led to whatever this rocking horse leads you to?
I think that with a big smile on her face, she just sort of stretches out and just goes, "Ooh, we're definitely not in Kansas anymore."
Yeah, what the scallop is going on?
This definitely looks different from the dream house that I've seen before.
True, but a house is a house, right? Anywhere can be a dream.
I wonder if there's a pool. That would be a lot of fun if there was a pool.
Look a lot better with a pool, I think. Can't really be a fantasy without any water.
One of the accessories or props that come in this plastic box of yours is a classic pink plastic hairbrush, where the other hand is fixed as a peace sign. The other has the removable hairbrush on it. Who at this moment carries this hairbrush, so to speak?
I do. I take it and very carefully begin to like brush out my curls, and sort of tie my hair back in like a way that I'm used to from riding a horse, keeping it out of my face.
You walk towards up the staircase as sort of awkwardly as possible. The distant sound of circus music in the background leads you to a room. A room where there is no specific transition, no specific idea of an entrance. You walk into one of these open places and suddenly you are in a place far vaster than you expected. These places, these rooms are generally small. They have a few pieces of furniture and the walls are painted with the appliances. But what you see in front of you is a carousel made of marshmallow horses with biscuit poles. Once more, circus music suddenly abounds in this marvelous pink, mint, and baby blue landscape. There is notably one missing horse on the carousel, however. What the rest of the setting seems to be is a standard fair, something along those lines. What would you like to do?
I go up to the carousel. And the moment that I realize it's missing a horse, my fellow Barbies, I'm deeply concerned, and this is all great, but clearly there's a horse missing. We've got to bring it back to its family.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to feel like a fish out of water either. I don't know about this place, though. Seems very odd. Why is it made out of marshmallows?
It's the dream part of the dream house, right? It's a dream,
And anything can happen in a dream.
including finding a horse behind here. No? Darn.
Do you want to investigate anything in particular? Just Barbie?
I would love to just peek around the fair, I guess.
Okay, let's see. When you investigate a mysterious object from a room, or rather take stock, we can take stock, which is more like what is hiding in this area, and investigating a mysterious object is if you're specifically peering into like a trash can or a fire hydrant or something.
Yes, so let's do the not investigate.
Okay, take
Mysterious.
stock.
Take stock. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Ask one of the questions. So what we got...
What does...
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading. What does this place demand of Cowboy Barbie?
This place demands Cowboy Barbie to speak to one of the circus members.
Maybe you should talk to somebody? Maybe they saw the horse run away.
That's a good idea. It's always smart to ask for help, especially if you're in a situation you're not used to. I'll go and try to find someone who works here.
Okie dokie. Why don't you flip a coin for me right now?
Got heads.
Heads, okay. The first person we'll say is a beautiful little plush baby elephant. Just sort of waddling around, just kind of sadly pushing a little ball sort of against a wall, and then just sort of back to it, seemingly practicing, but suddenly maybe failing at what he's trying to do.
Excuse me, little elephant. I was wondering if you could help us out.
What do you need?
You see, the carousel over here is missing one of the horses, and I was wondering if you might know where they could be.
There was something like that around at some point, but he was kind of scary.
Why was he scary? Was he not like the others?
And while Cowboy Barbie, the you and this elephant are having a conversation, to the rest of the Barbies, it's just elephant noises.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Barbie, you have a gift that you can keep track of. You can talk to animals. Well, he was really big and kind of angsty. I think he had like an ear piercing.
Oh, well. Do you know where he might have wandered off to?
Well, he might be... He kind of keeps trying to break down a wall. But every time we find... He's trying to find, like, the edge of the world or something. But that... We don't have that. The world's not flat.
Right. Well, thank you for your help. We'll make sure that we can find him and make all this right. Maybe he's just having a bad day.
I think so.
I'll step away and I take stock of the situation as well, sort of specifically
Absolutely.
looking for where the horse might have gone to. What horror here is hidden from the Barbie? Sorry.
What is specifically hidden? As the elephant has said to you, this is sort of a free reminder. There is a lone, AWOL, rampant carousel horse that seems to be rebelling against something, is trying to smash itself through a wall. But there's no such thing as the edge of the world to this elephant. It could be that this elephant is young, but what is hidden from here, from you, is that something is trying to get out of this room. This, what just seemingly was in the nightmare house, this dream house. Why would anyone want to leave?
I look at my television. Well, I think it's time for a horse rescue and adventure.
Oh, did the elephant say something to you?
Did you not hear that we had a whole conversation?
It was just a bunch of elephant noises, you know?
I
You
love for
have-
you that you got something out of that.
It wasn't
Well,
a truncated conversation, I guess.
Apparently, this this other horse that's missing is having just a really rough go of it right now. Very angry and trying to escape, trying to break through a wall.
Maybe it feels trapped.
But this place is perfect. Why would you feel trapped here?
Well, I could think of a few reasons why this place isn't as perfect as you all might think it is. I mean,
Is it because there's no water?
not that I can see. Look around you. I'd probably be able to help if there were any dolphins around here, but they're not.
And I mean, being a carousel horse probably isn't that thrilling. You're just going around in a circle to the same song.
I think it's a pretty well-rounded experience, but I suppose it could get boring after a while.
That's why we need to find this horse and solve whatever issue they might be having. I think like Cowboy Barbie stands pretty straight up and like with their non-peace sign hand adjusts their cowboy hat and is this a sort of carnival that has like the tents around like little
Yep.
areas like that? Yeah, she's going to walk right into like the first tent she finds. She's gonna start looking for any sort of trails, any hoof prints on the ground. I guess pole print because it is a carousel horse. But is going full Barbie detective.
Yeah. The first tent that you walk into, a tiger and a little capuchin monkey are gambling. They're playing poker. They're also smoking cigars.
Excuse me, have either of you seen a rampant, scary carousel horse?
I think the capuchin monkey speaks up. Yeah, I've heard of him. What do you need from him?
I want to make sure that he is happy with his surroundings.
None of us are happy here.
What? Why wouldn't you be happy here?
Everything's made of sugar. I can feel the scurvy.
Are they also made of sugar? The
Yes.
capuchin monkey.
No, I don't remember. Yes, everything's been out of marshmallows, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They're just squishmallows that can talk.
Well, isn't that same sort of that's well, like my friend here, it's the dream part of the dream house.
Have you dreamed often? Have you ever dreamed?
What's a dream like?
So, in this plane of existence, at the very least, we kind of go through the best that we go through as far as rest goes is when we're not in constant movement because we're watching these two big beady eyes of God that just expects us to do the same fucking thing over and over again. I'm not even supposed to think of swears. I'm not supposed to do this. But this is as much of the dream that we have when we're not inertia, I guess. Stagnation.
How can we take care of that? Make it any way better?
If you've never fucking dreamed before, I don't think you can help anybody.
All right. Well, I hope you have a great day.
What are the rest of the Barbies in the mind space thinking about this conversation?
This is absolutely krilling me. I feel like that the monkey and the tiger are correct to be upset at their surroundings because nobody wants to feel stuck in a loop. Definitely could I'll wait for everybody else to share what their Barbie is thinking before I do anything.
I think Flower Child Werewolf Barbie is kind of sitting there, and the monkey is like, I'm not even supposed to fucking do this, and like points at the cigar. There's a moment where she's just like, yeah, I mean, it's just a little smoke, like, what's the harm?
Just Barbie is thinking, what a weird lollipop that you. Where's the candy?
Okay.
What would you like to do, Mermaid Barbie?
I'm wondering. Let's see here. Can I, like... I want to, like, investigate an object, but I want to, like... I want to see what memories this room holds. Like, why is this room a sugary carnival stuck on repeat?
So that goes for the rest of this room, you think. Everything is on a sugary cycle that is just endlessly meant to repeat itself. A carousel goes in a circle, lights up every now and then. The capuchin monkey wears funky hats. The tiger gets mistreated horribly. And as far as why for someone else's entertainment.
Okay. I think Mermaid Barbie will say, I just feel like this whole place is very fishy. I don't know who put us here, but I think they just want to see something play out in a way that's very... It's not good.
Bingo bongo. You probably had a dream before.
I mean, I guess. I had a lot of dreams when my previous owner was explaining them to me. I thought that maybe I could be more than what I was originally made for, but now I'm stuck inside this strange body. It's very unfamiliar. And let me see here. Okay, so you said that the horse was looking for the edge of the world, is that?
Yep.
Okay. I think we just need to find this horse. Can I see where like the walls of this room are? Like where, like, can I try and find that?
This tent has like a specific parameter to it, but when you walk outside, I think you do notice that everything past maybe 30, 40 feet away from you just kind of disappears in a fog. Cotton candy like.
I think jumping on to what Mermaid Barbie is doing and like having that sort of existential "have I ever dreamed" moment and just like
Do you guys ever think about dying?
exactly having that moment and like being a little like probably frustrated, very frustrated, sort of stomps in the direction of like the cotton candiness. And if it's possible, is sort of looking for any type of boundary to probably dirty myself with violence, just beating at any sort of boundary that I could find, just hands flailing and yelling out for this horse.
Absolutely. Nine. Okay. We can say, rather than any of the particular options here, if you wanted to specifically be break something, we can do that, and as well choose one from below.
I think I'm gonna go. My vulnerability opens me up to trauma because this feels like a very vulnerable type of moment.
Absolutely. All of you experience the body maybe move for the first time in a way maybe only familiar to the animus, maybe somewhat familiar in other ways. With the hairbrush, with the peace sign, with the Barbie's own devices, its own body, attempts to break through this cotton candy fog, this edge of the world, or so to speak. And the closer and closer you get, reaching a hand out, Cowboy Barbie, a cut very deep through the plastic in your wrist. Mark a trauma for me, please. Emerges as somehow there is a barbed wire fence within the cotton candy, within all the fluff. But what you see is that there is a hilariously, cartoonishly horse-shaped hole through this fence that you can very safely go through. You just had to uncover it, unfortunately, with that vulnerability.
I sort of pause for a moment. Y'all all right with going through this hole?
Yeah, I think that's where the surf is guiding us.
Yeah, are you all right, Barbie?
I don't think I've ever like holds up her plastic arm. I don't think I've ever been hurt before, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean the breaking part. I'm trying to be a little more level-headed these days, but I definitely have gotten to the point where I've broken things before, and I just wanted to check in.
I was a little frustrated, I admit. But in the end, it led to good things, right?
Sure.
Cowboy Barbie, do you walk through the hole?
Yeah, crawl through it.
Okay. What you now see, the signs of trespassing, do not enter, sort of somehow standing on these cotton candy clouds, the edge of this world becoming more evident, almost like a diorama. But the ends of it, attempting to get out of it, is not part of the entertainment, not part of the school assignment, whatever this may have been. And you're hearing the deep stomping of hooves, just trying to break through cardboard, plastic, something reinforced. And what you see is as far as this wall goes, it looks like there's a ceiling, actually. There is a big dent, sort of this crater within the wall, but as you see a brown, almost black, haired horse with a gorgeous mane, almost hilariously, this is the most alive horse you've ever seen. Within the marshmallow, within the candy and sugar, just in frustration, everyone besides Cowboy Barbie hearing angry whinnying. But for Cowboy Barbie, it sounds a little bit different. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get the fuck out of here. What do you do?
Immediately just sort of stops. I just sort of stop in my tracks because that wasn't what I expected to hear. And I sort of hold both of my plastic hands out and walk forward at a very steady pace. I don't want to seem like I'm a threat or anything. And I just go, are you all right?
The horse turns around abruptly. You can see all of the scrapes against the face and like the front shoulder muscles as the horse broke through whatever it did initially. And it, in a young man's voice, maybe in his 20s or almost mid-20s, what sounds like recycled conversations through a radio begins to sort of dim and go distant and only focuses on this young man's voice when he's speaking up to you. And remind me the question you asked.
Just, are you all right? It wasn't anything serious, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Cowboy Barbie.
Is that supposed to mean anything to me?
It's like a vague motion of, I'm a cowboy, you're a horse. And then she's like, well, I'm here to help you, I think. What is your name?
Alan.
Alan, why are you trying to get out of here?
This isn't my home. I'm
Where's
never
your
coming
home
back here. I'm never coming back here.
Maybe we can help get you back to where you belong.
Where do you think that is?
I'm not really sure.
You're human.
No.
Then you can't help me.
We have a wonderful new owner, a little girl who is human. I'm sure she could help you.
What's her name?
Janie.
Green?
Yeah, one and the same.
That's my little sister.
Wait, your little sister's Are you a human?
I used to be.
Happened to you?
I don't know. All I need to know is I need to get out of here, and if you're not gonna help me, or if you are gonna help me, I just need to know.
I would love to help you. I think at this point she's like stepping even closer, so much like to the part that he was trying to destroy on the wall, so she can assist in any way.
He, in all intents and purposes, is going to dirty himself with violence. If you would like to also, that would greatly help him, or...
I will do that again. The 9 again.
9 again. Okay. What is your purpose basically the same?
Yes. It's not even that she is trying to help him escape, but if that's the goal he has, she's like trying to align herself with his goals to help him.
Alan, who's done this hundreds of times before at this point, in whatever way, in some way, how, this young man's voice, something about Janie Green, the both of you are pushing and breaking, and there's maybe something about Barbie's sharp hands, maybe the hairbrush, maybe something. But suddenly, his body goes through a rip through the cardboard. And in vacuous space, his body disappears, flies through, and you see beyond the cardboard white light. And he's gone. But what happens to you, Cowboy Barbie?
My carelessness leaves me in a bad spot.
Okay. You are going to need to cry out for help because you are falling through the hole. Seven. Let's see. We'll say the tiger approaches. Kind of grabs you by the scruff. Seemingly bipedal in this inertia sort of state. But remains still holding on to you. What is this?
Clearly a little panicked. I'm just sort of looking around. That was the horse. He got out. He was able to get out. He went. What just happened?
Did he just try to escape?
I think he did more than try. I think he succeeded.
Seemingly as if you've given him all the answer you've needed, he drops you, and he calmly steps out into the white light.
When seeing him do this, she's like, no, you don't. We're not meant to go out. There's places to keep us safe.
I'm gonna bring him back.
But he wanted to.
You told me
Maybe
where he
that's-
went.
Maybe that's for the best.
Not anymore. And he jumps through.
I think in panic, I would like to grab rip off a piece of that cardboard, and as I turn around and run away from this, I would like to propose a truce.
Okay.
I think this is a token. Did we change these names? A token of faithfulness, basically.
Sure.
I think in my mind, in Cowboy Barbie's mind, she thinks that Janie is keeping us here to keep us safe, to protect us, because clearly that tiger is dangerous. Clearly that monkey is nihilistic, doesn't really believe in the happiness that Janie could bring us, and regrets helping Alan escape. So this is she fully believes that Janie is doing this to keep us safe, to keep us from getting hurt like some toys do.
Okay. As you propose this truth, you've taken this piece of cardboard. The rocking horse little miniature replica disappears from your hands, and you find yourself back to where you started, in this dream house foyer. Mermaid Barbie, out of the pile, what catches your eye?
I sort of sift through the items, and the shiniest object, at least to me, would be a mirror. But it's not just, your normal flat plastic mirror. It seems to be adorned with some sort of shells, lots of different kinds, and has little pearls and jewels embedded into them. And yeah, Mermaid Barbie is just immediately drawn to that one, and then even tries to look at their reflection.
It unfortunately is very diluted plastic.
Shiny, but not reflective.
Yes.
Yeah.
The strange room it leads you to is somewhat of a what is the term? Sight of sore eyes?
Sight for sore eyes.
Sight for sore eyes.
Sight for shore eyes.
Shore eyes.
Jeez.
Amihan, please flip a coin or roll a dice.
Okay. I'm gonna use technology to flip a coin for me.
Got it.
Let's see here. Tails.
Tails. The sight for shore eyes leads us into kind of what looks to be a cramped bathroom with one large mirror before a sink faucet. A medicine cabinet just behind the mirror, a rusty metal bathtub with a shower. A lone end of a rope sits dangling off of the tub, seemingly coming from within, whatever that may be.
So I think they'll try, before investigating the rope, they'll try to look at their reflection once again to see what they look like, and as much as they can. I don't know how big the mirror is, but they want to see all the parts of the Barbie that they're in together.
Give that to me one more time.
Sorry. So they want to look at their reflection to see what
Okay.
they look like, their whole everything.
Tell me what you look like.
Well, the makeup is the same as it was, but in their brain, their locks mimic the foamy crest of an ocean, and they're always moving. Their eyes are this bright green, almost unnatural color. They don't have the body that they felt themselves waking up in, but they do. Whatever is below their face, it's almost imperceptible. It looks a little fuzzy, like it's covered by something. It's like they can't necessarily comprehend it, but they just want not. I think that they're very grounded in how everything feels. I think even peering out of these glass eyes, they like remember where they are, and so I think I'm. Can I take stock of
course.
this room? I want to see what traps have been laid for the Barbie in this room.
The rope. And not so much a trap, so much as an invitation for more information behind the mirror in the medicine cabinet.
So I think they'll first, because they're right here, they're going to look at the medicine cabinet. They're going to just pull it aside. Yeah.
Opening it is a standard sort of those little shelves and what seems to be little cute, like a toothbrush and like a thing of floss and mouthwash, but also what seems to be pill capsules. And if you read through them, if everyone throughout the brain is interested or not, I think the Virgin, especially with your extra perception, you see along the lines of is it okay to like a girl is one of the pills. The next one is I don't like when my hair is long. The next one says my mom says only boys do that.
Oh no. And they can. I think they'll like kind of, I guess, internally nod at the other Barbies, and they'll say, Whoever is taking these pills is clearly having some sort of crisis, don't you think?
Can I investigate a mysterious object?
Yes.
If I use my face, would using my face move here be applicable? I can't use that.
Always.
Always, okay. When I investigate a mysterious object, by placing myself in immediate danger, the groundskeeper asks you a question off the list provided. Your answer is truth, mark a trauma to earn a second question.
How would you like to place yourself in immediate danger? Oh, sorry, you were saying.
No. The rope. Maybe, or maybe just Barbie perches on the bathtub.
Okay.
Or near the rope while looking at these pills, just to.
Sure.
And trying to understand whose pills these are, I suppose.
Okay. As you peer into the tub, you see this where the rope is inside of the tub. You notice that it's going far. It is a completely filled tub, and the rope is going far deeper than expected.
Wow. There's
And let
water
me
here.
see. That's true.
Yeah, water are you
And-
worried about? Everything will
Oh,
be fine.
fucking Christ. I ask you a question. The perfs provided. What was the one that you were interested in?
Whose item is this?
I'll ask you that. Whose item is this?
I guess it's Janie's items.
And so it is the truth. Would you like to ask a second question? Or rather, would you like to give me a second question?
I'll give you a second question and mark a trauma. Why
Okay.
not? Let's get traumatized, gamers.
Why did Janie keep this item?
Because even if these memories are even if this is a painful thing, it's still something that was given to you. Why does my mother says that girls don't think this way? All these thoughts and insecurities, they're still yours, and releasing them means that in some way that you're releasing. If you release them, then there's so many questions, I guess, and they're afraid of letting them go.
Sort of, even if something hurts you, losing it is still losing something.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And as these facts come true, Mermaid Barbie has the hairbrush, and you should be glad for that. Because suddenly the rope tangles onto your ankle and you are being dragged into the tub. And you are coming down and down and down, and all three of you know Mermaid Barbie has an inherent gift, which is to breathe underwater, to not get water damage. All three of you know that if you were to be holding the hairbrush, it would certainly have been very difficult for all of you.
While we're getting pulled under, could I try and investigate the rope by like snapping it with
Yeah.
my face move? So when you investigate a mysterious object by breaking it, ask a follow-up question about the object. Its essence still remains, but the item can no longer be investigated by any sister.
Beautiful.
So 2 questions for the move and then a follow-up. What memories does this item hold?
The memories this holds is fairy tales, dreams. It's stories of 2 children attempting to climb up into heaven. Stories of mermaids and things getting lost into the ocean, things trying to be saved by whatever means. But this rope is being used for a different purpose.
What about the item is odd or uncanny?
The fact that it should be helping people go to heaven or save something or pull up a handsome prince, but it's hurting you?
A follow-up question with the boy and the girl kind of escaping. Is there one that Janie feels more related to?
I think Janie always liked the boy more because the boy was more adventurous, had more initiative.
I'm sorry, I wasn't really thinking about breaking it, but it just kept pulling us down.
You are floating freely now in this strange dark ocean.
So,
Things really are going swimmingly for us now.
well, I guess you always get what you fish for.
Not so much a fish out of water anymore, right?
Something about this place doesn't feel right to me. I think in this darkness, this dark ocean, I think keeping in mind, the Mermaid Barbie understands the same things that the Flower Child Werewolf Barbie did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think in this depth, they kind of see a new side of Janie, right?
Mm-hmm.
That perhaps the last room that they were in, they found, kind of cartoonishly, like, horrible to be in. In this room, they see that whatever Janie tries to at least dream for might be interrupted by these pills that they keep taking. But they're in this water. Can I take stock again?
Yes.
I'm going to ask, what stalks the Barbie from the shadows in this dark ocean, you probably can't see what's swimming around you.
Rather than what stalks, as you are floating, swimming farther down, there is an end. It's a tub, after all, but this tub seems to still connect to some strange other land. And what you find is a absolute wasteland of dolls. Ripped apart hair follicles, arms, legs, eye sockets.
Oof.
All of the heads are face down into the sand, this dirt. Under a lake, some beach somewhere.
Okay, this is really getting out of sand. Can I ask why Janie kept all these here?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Similar to the pills. If you lose something, you forget what it is you ever did. These dolls were attempts at her mother, trying to get her to like something that she bought her, never taking the feedback, always feeling the need to rip apart the Barbies and viscerally feel each hair follicle pull out. She found a way with the magnifying glass in the sun, burning some of them, taking out the eyes. They're not Barbies. None of them look like you, quote unquote. But you all come from the same soul, spirit, maybe. To entertain, to be something beautiful. All of these are naked. This is a naked, bloated graveyard. And she wants to remember this. That she did this.
I don't know how far I could stretch this, but seeing all of these broken, disfigured, discarded Barbies.
Can you speak a little closer?
Sorry, seeing all these discarded and disfigured Barbies. It's sort of, it's scary and sad at the same time because this could happen to us, but then it's sad that it happened to someone we might share a soul with. Could I get close to one of them, not anyone in particular, and care for one of the broken Barbies?
Yeah. Did you want to? I think you were investigating a mysterious object, Amihan, right?
Yes.
I think you have one more question. I forgot.
Yeah, so I think that, well, my second question would have been like, what memories does the soul hold, maybe? The shared soul? If I can even ask that. What memories does it do,
A lot of silent screaming.
I think, just briefly, the mermaid Barbie will think about how they've also been sort of pulled apart before, but for different purpose. And I think they think back to their previous owner and how they were also sort of customized, although a little bit less horrifically. It was still the same kind of picking apart and just there's something that they recognize in this horror. But yes, back to Cowboy Barbie.
You ease their suffering and bridle their torment. Is there a particular doll, parts, pieces, hair, clothes that you look for?
Thinking back on specifically Mermaid Barbie, not being able to see like their face clearly, and having that sort of moment, that's what Cowboy Barbie focuses on. Tries to find maybe not like the most disfigured face or anything, but the face that looks like it might be in the most pain, to sort of gently, brush whatever hair is left back, try to wipe away any sort of dirt or grime, just trying to treat the Barbie in the way that she would want to be treated, that she would treat her fellow Barbies here with her now, wanting to make sure that this Barbie knows that it's not forgotten.
Submerged partially in the sand graveyard. Only just waist up is the only thing that's left of her. One of her hands, she has her other hand, but one of her other hands is kind of dangling on this last piece of plastic. Almost as if it melted off and it never came fully off. There's really only one humiliating lock of hair in the center of the head left behind, and an acetone sort of wash rubbed all the makeup and eyebrows and lipstick away. And what's left of a chatterbox, sort of a talking voice, again, this strange radio static. Oh god, I need to think of NPC names before I stream.
Candace.
I'm Pam. I'm Candace. I'm Pamdis. I'm Candace. Oh, Candace.
Candace, stick it in your ass.
Hello? Pamdis. Candace. Candace.
How can I serve you? Welcome to the diner. And I think it's evident she was like a restaurant doll. To continue on with Cowboy Barbie, my apologies. Despite seemingly this is the only voice box that she has, you don't even really know how you feel this feeling, but you know that her hand still being only partially on is really hurting her.
I think to the other Barbies. Should we I know this is gonna sound a little harsh, but it's what you do when you have a horse that's in pain. Take care of her and put her out of her misery.
I don't think anyone should live like this. This is not even really a life down here.
It's cruel.
I mean, like we said earlier, you're breaking something, but something good could come from it.
Right. So... Sorry, what did you say? How can I guess, put this, doll out of its misery? How can I, what was the... How is this, disfigured, dismembered Barbie, like...
Cowboy Barbie can continue to
Okay.
care for this Barbie by taking the hand off,
Okay.
but that's temporary. I think the biggest thing is somehow disconnecting, short-circuiting finally the talk box.
So I think they'll nod to Cowboy Barbie and say, yeah, we should help her.
We should, it'll be very sad to lose whatever it is she might have to say, but maybe it'll be for the best.
Maybe, especially if there's no one else here to hear it. And I think, yeah, I think they would try to pull out that voice box too, like
Okay.
along with the hand. Yeah.
Let's consider this dirty yourself with violence.
Okay, let's see. Gonna roll. Oh, it's 2d6s, right?
Yes. Plus your carnality, which I believe this is just a +0.
Yeah. It's just 0. So that is a 10.
Oh, incredible.
Mm.
So rather than any of the options specifically, if there's maybe something more better suited, like we've been using break, rip, tear, how are you thinking Mermaid Barbie goes about it?
You know, I think that instead of like tearing it out, just like if there's like if there's a way to sorry, give me a moment.
It's okay.
Mermaids often like use their voice. I think perhaps they'll try to, you know, sing, but not say sing into the voice box, but sort of like try to give them like
So maybe like
whatever the-
short circuit it with your voice, kind of.
Yes, like use this. I was trying to think of like rays, like sonar rays.
Yeah.
Like, sort of use the waves whirling like through it like a current,
Totally.
and just disable it entirely,
Yeah.
like the box.
And with the beautiful force of Mermaid Barbie's song, the voice box seemingly strapped to the back of this caterer restaurant doll breaks apart that radio silence becoming less staticky and more of a voice. Something on maybe a similar frequency as Alan, but still distant and far away. What did you do?
I'm trying to help you, give you some sort of... You looked like you were suffering.
I was suffering, but she wants me to be this way.
But that's... And I think they sort of like wince at that, and they go... Just because she wants you to be this way, he doesn't mean that you should be it. You should have your own voice. I was trying to give you some sort of freedom. I don't know.
Fix it.
Fix the box.
Fix the box.
I think that what can I do here? You know what? I think I will say, like, I'll say, why would you want me to fix this? I'm trying to... Do you even know where you are right now?
It doesn't matter. She'll come back for me.
When? How often does she come down here?
Not since she put me here.
So you would want me to fix you on the chance that she'd come down here?
It's what she wants. It's what she would want for me to be the same. Predictable.
I think Mermaid Barry would get angry and then, like, I guess turn to the other Barbies and then go, how can somebody think like this?
Maybe she's just been busy.
So busy that she'd leave all these Barbies down here like this?
Maybe she was just trying to...
Can you say that a little bit louder?
Maybe
Sorry.
she was just trying to make more room?
I think the Mermaid Barbie, like, kind of shudders a little bit at that and then goes, no, I won't. I'm not going to fix this. Can I, like... I don't know. Like, I was either thinking, like, either escaping or, like, proposing as some sort of truth here.
Certainly.
If that was, I wanted to do a token of disloyalty.
What do you take?
The essence of the rope is still there if you wanted that to be your token.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I was trying to, because I didn't want to take something from the Barbie. I wanted, yes, I think, I wanted to,
Take
yeah.
the voice box that you're
Yes.
like, I'm not fixing this.
Yeah, and so they kind of, like, angrily, I guess, try to swim up back towards that rope, and then, like, tear it off, and I guess I have to mark one trauma as well, for this. I think that this is just Janie's just making. It's just doing absolutely horrific things. Like, this was not at all how their previous owner was treating their toys, their Barbies, and this is certainly not. I don't know. They just refuse. They refuse to let them wait for someone who will never return. They don't think that she ever will.
Absolutely. With a rope remnant in hand, that mirror replicant disappears. You're back in the foyer. With the pile of miniatures at your feet. Let's take a break, Barbies. All the Barbies in chat, do your pee-pees and your poo-poos and your drinkies and your snackies.
You're everything everywhere all at once.
Everywhere, everything. PAMDAS. We'll be back in 10. See you! 1. Hello, everybody. I'm eating ice cream, which is the worst stream snack to have, but whatever. As a reminder, exclamation point giveaway gets you some information on how to get into the giveaway for a beautiful chainmail jewelry set from Void Cat Gaming. If you type in bride in the chat, you'll be entering into the giveaway immediately. We will be drawing that nearing the end. For now, let's get back into some Nightmare House shenanigans. Just Barbie.
Hi.
Why are you called Just Barbie?
I was supposed to have something more than just Barbie, but since it was so expensive to make my eyes, they discontinued my line. before they made us anything more than just Barbies.
In the pile of miniature replicas, what is the item that you pick up?
Something simple, something small. It's just a lollipop.
Okie dokie. Ugh! Sorry. We follow in lollipop in hand. Maybe it looks a bit funny, cartoonish. And we walk into a sort of blinding, almost hallucinatory candy shop. A spinning centrifuge spins cotton candy and sweet gelatin within test tubes. Your eyes drift in this hallucinatory state before you're able to snap back into attention. This candy store holds it all. Cabinets full, spice racks and gumball machines, and dispensaries of all sorts. An assembly line of stuffed little girls with pastries in their hats rolls lollipops into plastic covers.
Wow. Well, this isn't so bad. Look, they're making candy, and it's so bright and colorful.
Isn't that what make you forget what we just swam out of?
I don't have to. We can just enjoy nice things. It doesn't all have to be bad.
Right. Every place has its pros and its cons, right?
Yeah, let's just think twice before we pick up a candy bar.
Just Barbie, flip a coin, please.
Huh? The odds are tails, and evens are heads. That is a heads.
Okay. It seems that these little pastry-headed girls in their like overalls and freckles are very busybody. They're like running around all over the place, making sure the lollipops have their plastic covers, that they have the funny jokes on them, and they send them on off to wherever the assembly line seems to end.
Can I take stock of the situation?
Of course. What if I said no?
No, you can't, actually.
As a matter of fact.
Oh, you could. I'll just like cry or whatever.
You could just cry.
You could try to take stock.
What? As much as Just Barbie would love to believe completely and wholeheartedly that the little girl has their best interest in heart, the last room has made her uneasy. So, what traps have been laid for the Barbie here?
Mm-hmm. For you, Just Barbie, there are no traps.
What a relief.
For everyone else, if someone else would like to take stock.
I mean, yeah, I will also take stock of the room.
I think listening to Mermaid Barbie, there's like a second where for sure there's a feeling like, yeah, something's up.
And I think Cowboy Barbie isn't even doing it to prove there are traps. She's doing it because, of course, there are no traps. This would not be dangerous.
Silly goose. Of course the
candy
seatbelt
shop.
is working in this car.
So
You don't need to
who's
try it
taking
out.
stock? Who's taking stock?
I will.
Okay, go. Which one would you like answered?
For me, instead of traps, I would like to know what stalks the Barbie from the shadows. Or, not shadows.
In this
No
bright
shadows. Nothing stalks necessarily, but it becomes fairly evident to all of you, but just Barbie, that there's more to these assembly line pastry-headed girls. Parts of their cheek melts before they patch it back up with some sugar, some gelatin coating. Their hair falls off, just sort of puts it back up like sticky cotton candy. And every now and then, a side glance at just Barbie.
Just Barbie's gonna pick up on the lollipops and just like, and now I got two. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-boo. Drum.
Where do you think all these are going?
I mean, we could follow the conveyor belt, see where it goes.
This is probably a silly question. These lollipops and candy is like us size. They're not like little girl sized, right?
Yeah, they're y'all size.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Just to make sure. I think we should follow it. I think it's a great idea if we want to, feed our curiosity and prove that there's nothing bad happening here.
Exactly. It's just a candy room. No creepy rope in a bathtub leading down to a deep, dark, unending pit ocean. So, start skipping.
Sure, you can. If that's how you want to go about proving this, yeah, we can. You said follow the conveyor belt?
Yeah, not like on the conveyor belt,
Okay.
but like, you know.
I thought you were gonna crawl.
It's like hopped on, like, living
Enjoy the ride.
the airport dream of like sitting in the suitcases as they go around. No, just walking along the conveyor belt.
Walking along the conveyor belt, it seems that there are conjoining sort of lines that lead them, what's seemingly some delivery system. There are the lollipops with the fun jokes on them. There are the little like gummy animals like frogs and dolphins. There are some of those like marshmallow pieces of little shoes and little hats and that sort of thing. Just Barbie, you're seeing just this collection of hard workers who love to make candy. And they're even sort of cheering and chanting to themselves a little song about their hard work to everyone else. The candy store lights become harder to look at, maybe. Which only makes things more frustrating that Just Barbie doesn't seem to see what the rest of you see. Whether or not that is the illusion itself. It's starting to become ungrounded. Not quite to the point that you're slipping. But you're seeing again this cheek melting, hair falling out, eye sort of out of socket and just pushing it back into where it should be. Hand sort of twisting where it shouldn't, but quickly everything just scampering to get back into this perfect marshmallow, cotton candy, whatever state. But you're also hearing their conversation. you get the feeling there's this masked cheering, this chanting, this singing, this songs. But again, that static of some voice, something. Almost as a clucking hen's room.
God.
Just
God, I hate my body. When you're older, you'll also hate your body. God, I'm old. No, I'm old.
You were saying, Werewolf.
I think actually hearing that, can I investigate one of the objects? I want to see if, like, one of the pieces of candy. I'm
Yeah.
curious if, like, I think maybe one of them's like a Cadbury egg kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna crack that thing open and take a look at it. Gonna divine this egg yolk.
Yeah. Are you investigating?
Yes, I'm gonna investigate a mysterious object.
Okie dokie.
What about this item is odd or uncanny?
When you peel open the fucking horrible tinfoil that is so hard to get off, even from the tip of the egg, it is rotting. They're shipping off disgusting candy.
Whose item is this?
It's Janie's mother.
And with, like, kind of breaking it open, kind of looking at that, like, cream inside, I think Werewolf Barbie also goes, I think she has a moment where she already feels like she knows the answer, but she asks anyway of, like, who are these being sent to?
Does Werewolf Barbie ask anybody in particular, or?
I think so. That's part of my, like, brute move is I can
Got
take
it.
a thing and ask a follow-up question.
Got it.
But I think that could also be like a turn, like asking that follow-up question might actually just be like literally in scene asking one of these, like, pastry-headed.
So what was the question again?
Who are these being sent to?
One of the melting pastry-headed little girls will sort of take a little break and speak to you. She lights a cigarette.
Where do you think rotten eggs go to? They go to the fucking trash.
Is all of this rotten?
Every single thing is rotten.
Well, why are you making it if it's just rotten, if you're just going to throw it away?
I think another one chimes in. Well, if you're gonna have just a shit ton of candy lying around the house, and it's not really that exciting to have, it's just nice to have around, you're gonna eventually throw it away, unless kids eat it. But usually the kids don't like the old people candy. So then it just kind of sits there. It's just decoration, guys.
But what if a kid does eat it? Then what?
If the kids like it, then great.
But it's rotten.
Kids should not be eating rotten candy.
Candy's already rotten. Rots their teeth, their ugly little kid teeth, and then they're gonna lose their teeth when they're older, and they're gonna have to get teeth replacements and dentures, and that's just the price of aging. So, quite frankly, kids, fuck up your teeth. Until you get to the older ages, you can't do anything when you're older.
While she's like giving this explanation, could I sort of like, I guess, maybe walk around the little conveyor belt a little bit, and if there's any piece of them that has fallen to the ground and hasn't been like picked up and put back on, can I investigate that? Yeah, I want to know first, what memories does this piece of them hold?
From a little girl's perspective, an older woman standing at a bathroom mirror, just sort of like looking at all the wrinkles in her face, sort of like little candy bar wrappers like at the sink.
God, I'm ugly.
Then I would like to know this is already a pretty odd and uncanny thing, I think, but what makes it even more so? If not, I have another one, but
that works.
Okay.
These are the concerns of older women. Nothing that little girls should concern themselves with. Why is Janie at 6, almost 7, thinking about aging? About eventually hating her body? If that is the price of aging, why not just stay inside your own brain?
Learning this, Cowboy Barbie sort of looks around and picks up the whatever this piece is.
We'll say it's, do you want it to be like the cotton candy hair or the melted off gelatin cheek?
Probably like a cheek. That's grody.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's pretty cheeky.
Takes the cheek and sort of doesn't like she doesn't want to like be too forward, doesn't want to like put it back, but she does hold it out to one of the workers and says, I really do think that you're quite beautiful.
I don't think you mean that.
I do. I really envy the color of your hair. I think it's quite pretty. The light pink and the blue mixing together, and your cheeks, they have a pretty natural sheen to them, and they're very bouncy and dewy. I think you look very pretty.
One of them points over to Just Barbie. You see them as you don't have any view of them with like their face melting or hair coming out or anything like that. But just suddenly you hear like a sweeter, sort of more manufactured voice, despite the fact you've heard them speak to the rest of your party. Or rather, technically they're all speaking to one person. But one of them, I think, says,
Do you think I'm pretty?
Of course. Do you feel pretty?
Ignores that question, goes on to the next.
Even when I'm older?
Of course.
Even when maybe nobody wants me anymore?
Being pretty has nothing to do with somebody wanting you.
Somebody's gotta want me. Somebody's gotta buy me.
Well, what about you? Don't you want yourself?
I don't have to want myself to be around.
Well, but you should. You're the person you're going to spend the most time with. You should be happy with yourself.
If we don't have anyone to want us, we live loveless lives. Have you never felt like that?
Well,
Does anyone want you?
Of course. People, but it doesn't matter if they do.
Do you believe that?
Yes. Can I shiver from fear?
Of course.
I think just Barbie is most afraid of being alone and discarded, and as much as she's preaching the be happy with yourself, and as much as she's tried to find happiness with being just herself, she's deeply afraid that still she'll find herself and be happy with herself and no one else will.
Keep the ring and choose two, or pass the ring and choose one.
I'll keep the ring and choose two.
Okay.
It speaks to you. Take one trauma, just you, sister. And it infects the bride with its perversion.
Okay. What made Just Barbie was a love for anything, an acceptance for all, an acceptance for any child that picked Just Barbie up. But the mirrors, the glass in your eyes, doesn't crack necessarily, but almost as if freshly touched glass, almost as if someone pressing against it from behind your eyes, whatever that feels like to plastic and rubber. You start to see all of the pastry-headed little girls, their faces melting.
You're a liar. And you don't know yourself. You're just something.
What would you like to do?
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar.
Why would you say that?
You see me. Am I still pretty?
Do you feel pretty?
No.
Why?
All of these pastry-headed dolls to everyone now just keep melting into each other, into hot pools of caramelization, pools of liquefied candy and sugar. And similarly, from the beginning, what everyone else heard, but just Barbie, you're hearing for the first time.
I hate my body. When you're older, you'll also hate your body, Janie. God, I'm old.
Will you be escaping or proposing a truth? Just Barbie.
Oh boy. Detail what you think. I think I'll escape.
Okay.
It's too much for just Barbie.
Without proposing a truth, I will offer you a hard bargain or ugly choice. If you pay the price, you'll escape. A different sort of proposal. What does just Barbie leave behind in this room?
I think just Barbie might leave behind the one thing that makes her stick out from any Barbie. Her eyes.
That sounds about right. With a cartoonist just pop, if you just sort of put them on the ground or they just fall out and shatter on the ground, however you'd like.
I think it's like almost like crying at first, weeping, and then the eyes just roll out and shatter on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As just Barbie then turns and runs to where she remembers the door being.
You'll also take a trauma. Okay. We're back at the foyer.
It's okay, Joe. And
Yeah.
if it's not, say so. I don't want to like get rid of Barbie losing her eyes, of course, but I would like to, as just Barbie runs,
Okay.
Cowboy Barbie is there to envelop her in her arms at the end with that sort of motherly, caring feeling, and use my face move
Okay.
to take away just Barbie's trauma. But I look at Mermaid Barbie with this look of disappointment. This was your fault. You instilled these thoughts in her head that made her doubt everything. Why would you do such a thing? and give that trauma to Mermaid Barbie and take one for not being able to prevent this from happening.
Okay.
Wow.
We out here traumatizing each other.
Oh yeah.
Can I get a trauma count? 3 for cowboy, 0 for werewolf, 1 for just Barbie, and
2
2 for mermaid Barbie.
This is, I assume it is, but only if it's okay with you, Mermaid Barbie.
Oh no, absolutely.
Okay.
I want this to happen.
Okay, cool.
I want this.
We're like racing to shatter first. Like, all right, next room. We gotta crack up that trauma, baby. Let's go. Come on, speed run.
Just to ask you all, just I guess ahead, just like as players, to get through this room, it might take a little bit longer than 9. Is that all right with y'all?
Yeah.
I will. If it's like 10-15, I can swing it.
Yeah, I think 15 would be fine. Werewolf Barbie, what do you pick up from this pile of miniatures?
I think the pile of miniatures is like kind of just like on the ground, and there's this feeling that Werewolf Barbie is looking at it, and she's looking at the stack, and she knows that none of the things she's looking for are easily visible, and she starts clearing it away, and like down underneath everything on the flat surface is a little paper magazine that like it was probably a cutout from some like Barbie magazine or something, that like there's full-size like 2 full-size staples keeping it together, but like miniature size, it's like an inch by like 3/4 of an inch, so it's like Barbie size, you know. And it's like sort of a vintage Barbie bridal magazine.
And we enter into the last room, following once more this spiral staircase into a wedding. Ceremonial curtains, extravagant flowers, glasses of champagne pouring in the sky. Gravity seems to hold no place here. A pink walkway leads down to a cake decoration priest. A shadow that seems to be glitching in and out of reality stands where the groom stands. You find yourself in a wedding veil, Werewolf Barbie, entirely covering the right side of your periphery. Something suddenly takes your arm and begins walking you down the walkway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm in the wrong place.
As if not listening to you,
I always knew this day would come.
a rich, fatherly voice.
No, I'm sorry. I think you might have me confused for someone else. I don't think that I'm who you're looking for. And I think there's a moment where like she still has the magazine clutched in her hand, and in the other hand, her left hand, she thinks about how like, you know, her line of Barbies was kind of made as a joke across the board, and kind of the last joke for her that wasn't really intentional at all is like, because of her left hand always being in a peace sign, they couldn't do the little like the little hole in her hand where you could like put the little ring stud in. And I think she's nervous, and she's like, no, like I'm sorry, I don't think that I can get married. Sorry.
Once again, as if not listening to you.
We were all wondering when it would finally happen. You know, with your brother.
Could I try and take stock?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm gonna shiver from fear.
Oh, totally.
As she's getting pulled down the aisle by this like voice she can't see. I think that she's afraid about something that it's unknown, and it's always been unknown, because she was like, this just isn't for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the fear, is it's a fear of the unknown, but also
Yeah.
like this is something that was never gonna happen.
Would you like to keep the ring and choose 2, or pass the ring and choose 1?
I think I will keep the ring for now.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go with, it has the Barbie in its clutches now, and it speaks to you. Take 1 trauma, just you, sister.
Okay. That masculine smell of cologne, maybe something nostalgic, far off. The feeling of a suit jacket, maybe a bit too big for the person. Comically almost bigger than you, maybe a bigger model, a military model of something, G.I. Joe, whatever.
The G.I. Joe, yeah.
The father stands on the bride on the right side, passing off the bride to the groom, and the closer and closer you get to the shadow at what I think what you're able to see more clearly as well is that the cake decoration priest is standing on a cake, and the shadow, the silhouetted person, also standing on one side of the cake. There being a little sort of, not altar, but like a little pedestal of sorts, whatever.
Plinth?
Sure, words exist. And an empty space where the bride should be.
And I think Werewolf Barbie will go, Barbies, I don't think I want this. And I don't know what to do.
I think I'm actually, so because I took this trauma from a cowboy Barbie telling me that I didn't help, I will immediately try, and I think I might use my face.
Okay.
The spider. So my beauty and charm get me what I want. And so I will trap a horror, and then they will have to tell me a secret about the house or about
Janie.
Janie, yes. And so I think they'll try to comfort the werewolf Barbie and say, "I'm so sorry. Let me try and take over." And they will. Let's see. Yeah, I think they'll try and play the role of the bride as best as they can. They'll try to look like they're happily, decorated with whatever they're wearing at the moment, probably some sort of long gown that maybe felt like was suffocating them from beforehand. And you said that. Can I try and trap the groom, perhaps, with this power?
Sure.
Yeah.
You wait what seems to be the long, painstaking wait of walking down with this strange person at your right side, but suddenly, I think just before you're given to the groom, the voice says,
I'm so excited for you to actually get married, Janie.
the father, this figure, as you finally see him past the veil, face completely glitched out. Not important. The figure, the smell, was evocative enough. He sits. And in front of you now, the shadowed figure, white gloved hands sort of gently take yours. There's no figure, just shadow. What would you like to ask?
Yeah. Oh, so sorry. Yeah. Let's see. I want to ask why they wanted Janie to get married so badly.
Why the groom wanted Janie?
Yes.
Okay. I think this voice...
I didn't want her in particular.
I will mark a trauma to ask a follow-up question.
Okay.
What did you want?
To have a wife.
Okay. I think that they'll look to the other Barbies and say, I think, well, okay, I think in particular, like, they'll look at Werewolf Barbie and they say, are you okay?
I don't know. I feel like there's a part of me that feels like this has always been an opportunity. You know, Barbie can do anything, and this feels like an opportunity that this Barbie can't do. And now that I can do it, I don't think I want to. Especially if it's just some guy who just wants a wife, whatever that means. Like, and I think the brush is kind of like a bouquet now, and she's like gripping it, and she'll kind of like break one of the flowers in half. And I'm kind of looking at it and go, what about, I'm just thinking kind of in general, like a bridal like trousseau, like what about this is odd or uncanny? Like this outfit, the bouquet, all of these things, like what is odd or uncanny?
I am going to answer that, but I kind of, to collaborate with you,
Yeah.
Werewolf Barbie is saying it's like it's even odd and uncanny for them that in this form, in a tie-dye t-shirt and big hands. They're sort of getting married.
Mhm.
What's odd or uncanny is that there's sort of this feeling of when girls, any children play with Barbies or dolls or whatever, and they're role-playing house or weddings or whatever, they're replaying what they're taught about weddings. There's no history of what got them to the marriage part in the first place. There's not really. Maybe there's the dating part, maybe high school sweethearts, but Janie's 6. She does big concepts.
Mhm.
A man and a woman get married. But why? Her dad is out of the picture. Her older brother's gone. And her mother is still around, but all her mother does is say how ugly she is. Her mother and herself. Why does Janie hold on to this? Darby, did you have something?
I didn't want to jump in if that was not.
Oh, you're good.
I know we kind of did the investigate part, but I'm curious if I could do the investigate mysterious object kind of with the moth and propose a truth to the situation that Janie's trying to cling to. Of the marriage is the closest thing that she thinks that she will get to a male figure in her life, someone who will value her, even if she doesn't think she can be valued.
Yeah. That was investigating a mysterious object for you, werewolf.
Mhm.
So you have one more question, and then
Yeah. I think kind of we're in this space looking at all this stuff, and whose item is this? Is this even Janie's?
the G.I. Joe father was Alan's. The cake decoration priest. Found on the floor from her mother. Who populates the pews? No one in particular. The full question was, whose item is this?
Mhm.
Or it's a collage of sorts, of memories, of things that remind her of all the people she'd like to be at a wedding. She needed wanted one in the first place. She figures she'll have to. But the dollhouse itself is not hers, really.
I think there's one of the things that kind of coming to this new house and dealing with this new situation, Werewolf Barbie has tried to kind of like lock away some of that anger and like the ferocity you would kind of expect. And I think she's feeling really trapped and kind of just like straight up upset and angry. And I think that she wants to try and like push the grill out of the way and dirty herself with violence.
You've also unlocked your gift. Werewolf Barbie has supernatural strength, and you'll be adding a +1 to your carnality.
Okay. So carnality. Okay. So roll 2d6. That is a 9 plus 2 for 11.
Gorgeous.
And she just kind of like, just both hands like full against the shoulders, pushes against the broom.
The groom falls down flights of cake stairs, continues falling and falling and falling.
And I think start walking back down the aisle, kind of away from where she just like pushed this guy out of the way, or this, unknown sort of horror, and I think she wants to try and leave.
Okay. Leave to propose or escape.
I think she's gonna propose a truth.
Right before we get to that, to address Darby's thing, you wanted to do your moth move?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. Trying to put truth into the situation. If it's not applicable, it doesn't have to.
It is slightly unapplicable just because the truth portion is for Werewolf Barbie, but I
good.
do...
We can-
Okay.
We can ignore that.
Give me that truth. What is the item, the token you take in particular?
I think the item that she takes in particular, she's going to like rip the veil off her face.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about how upsetting this was for her, and that's like in full knowledge of who she is as a person, I think that she takes it as a token of faithfulness, as an understanding that how scary this is for someone who doesn't know who they are. And this tool that's used kind of as a barrier, as a separator, as like a way to literally veil a bride, I think that she wants to take that as like to uncover that, and that's what she takes as the veil.
Okay. Our last few moments with our Barbies. We didn't quite get to 3 tokens, but we got to a majority. No more danger in particular. We're going to reflavor the faithful outcome. I'm going to go around and just sort of ask everyone. Let's see. Is there any way that all of you disguise the horror done to your body in the 4 different ways?
I think that Cowboy Barbie finds it was the cut on my wrist, correct?
Yep.
Finds some sort of scarf or shawl, something like that, and wraps it around the cut on her arm to hide it and embrace it as if it's a new accessory.
I think just Barbie will find a pair of sunglasses lying around and place them over the sockets.
So I can't remember what was done to me.
I don't think anything in particular,
Yeah.
but if there's
Okay.
something more metaphorical.
Sure. I think that perhaps they find like some sort of necklace to like wear around their neck because their throat hurts. It feels tight. They feel very upset at themselves for not, I guess, not protecting just Barbie, but also they feel like they could have spoken up more. There's something very wrong with everything around them, but they let their voice shrink back, and so they wrap a string of pearls around their neck, and then just yeah.
Okay.
I think Werewolf Barbie is thinking about how, like, going through all of this, there was a lot of, like, holding herself back, and there were so many moments where it was like, specifically walking down the aisle, the thing that caused trauma was, like, she was not ready to kind of stand up for herself if she thought she was going to be too much or too aggressive or whatever. And I think her response is, you just see that the pointer finger on her left hand curls down.
Oh,
Love that.
Outstanding.
depending on how all of you felt about Janie in the end, and whatever lesson she may learn as she has you in her care, what are the ways that you punish Janie or show her how to love herself?
I think that Cowboy Barbie, through all of this, has somehow become a little bit more flexible. Her joints don't creak when she's bent more. And I think it imparts to Janie that she doesn't have to be specifically one way. She can be flexible. She can bend and not break. And she can, she doesn't have to fit into a mold that everyone else sets forth for her.
I think that's interestingly enough, I think that despite the terrible things that they saw at the bottom of the bathtub, they register it as Janie lashing out. And perhaps they want to encourage that everyone around you wants you to be a certain way, and you even let that, taking those pills, letting them sort of poison you in a way and change the way you think about yourself and the way you want to mold yourself for other people in response to that. Perhaps Mermaid Barbie will latch onto the idea of self-discovery and exploring, I guess, the depths of the ocean that is self-discovery, finding yourself in the middle of an ocean of terrible, terrible things that the people that were supposed to care about you have told you. Yes. So I think it's not so much punishment as it is just something to help Janie understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is just like little small things that Werewolf Barbie does to kind of remind Janie that like things don't always have to be totally black and white in terms of yourself. And so like one day Janie comes to the dollhouse and sees that the Barbie is wearing the G.I. Joe jacket, or like I think just kind of opening up some other options with like other toys, of like you could still have Barbie and also be doing things with other things that like together you could be more constructive rather than destructive.
Yeah. Just Barbie?
I think Just Barbie looks a little older. There's some grayer hairs mixed in with their previously single monocolored hair. And maybe some like not like wrinkles per se, but like smile lines and other things that come with age. And Just Barbie, but still with a smile on the face, to be like, it's okay to be happy with yourself. Loving yourself is hard, but your body is doing what it needs to do. Your body is doing exactly what it should do to keep you healthy, and that's what matters. Even if you grow older, you can still be happy with yourself.
And that is going to be the end of our Nightmare House story. We have some time constraints, so if y'all are comfortable with skipping sort of outros necessarily, I do not know where Aki is. So I think the draw will be announced on Twitter, if anything. Once more, I'll leave stream up just a little bit longer if anyone still wants to get those brides in the chat for a chance to win a chainmail jewelry set from Voidcat Gaming. This is our last giveaway for this wonderful Barbieverse event that Akino put together. Thank you to all of the party y'all for dealing with my Bluebeard's Brides nonsense once more, and I'm officially done playing this goddamn game. I've never played it before, but all right.
You say that now, I'll give you like a month.
I know, right? If someone pays me in October to run Bluebeard's Bride, I'll do it. But
Bet.
Anyway, good night, everybody. Sorry. Bye.
Good night.